So this is a quadratic inequality and we need to graph it. And we know that this thing is going to be upside down somehow. And we know it's going to be less than or equal. So we know it's a solid line, not a dotted line. And we know that it's, because of this, we also know that the shading is going to be under it. So that's going to be in here somewhere. So knowing that, then you need to know that x is going to be one of these numbers is going to be in your x. So you know, maybe several of these numbers are going to be in your x. So if we make a little table, okay, and we want to have a look at this, it's actually easier to graph this thing, and this is tougher than anything on your test. So because of this -2 in the front, actually. So let's change this into, I'll put it down here so we have space. Change it into vertex form, so that would be the same as y less than or equal to -2. Divide the -2 out of the first two terms. Whoops, I'll get rid of that. And you have x squared minus plus 8 x. Yeah, if you multiply the -2 back in there, you would get the same thing. So that's right. You kick the -31 over there, though. Okay. Now, divide that 8 by 2. You get 4. Square it, you get 16. Okay. Make your, this is equal to the binomial squared of x plus 4. And I have, now remember that a minute ago we multiply the -2 times the 16. If we have it in the parentheses like that, right, that's a -2 times 16, that's -32. So we need a plus 32. That means you've got plus 1 here, right? And there's your function. And you know that your vertex is -4, 1, which is right here. -4, we knew we were going to be close to that. -5 is smaller. -3 is bigger. So let's do those two at least. If I put a -3 into, it doesn't matter which one you put it into. If I put a -3 into one of these functions, either the vertex form one, then I would get 3 plus 4 squared. I have a -2 multiplied, and I have a plus 1. So if I put the -3 in, I get 4 minus 3 is 1 squared, times -2 is -2 plus 1 is -1, I think. -1. -3, -1, down here. And that lines up with my thoughts about it being upside down, because this is my vertex here at -4, and that's my axis of symmetry. And obviously I have a mirror image across the axis of symmetry, so I'm starting to look like that. It's not easy to make this look curvy, but let's try to make it look curvy. Okay, and we could do a few more points as well. We could do like -6. So if you put a -6 in here, you'd have right here -6 plus 4 is -2. You square that, you get 4. You multiply that by -2, you get -8. And you add 1 and you get -7. So -6, -1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 right there. So it's kind of come down to that actually. And this one would be across the street over here. So that's the way it's looking. And as we said before, we also have that. Okay. Number 10 is going to be, it's already in vertex form. This could be an easy one on your test. You might need to get a couple of XY points, but this is an easy one. So we know this is going to be upside down as well because of the negative. Okay. And we know that the shading is going to be out here. And we know it's going to be a solid line. So this one has 4, 2. 4, 2 is your vertex. So there's your axis of symmetry at x equals 4. And we could do 3, 2, and we could do 5, 6. So if I put like a 5 in there, for example. Okay, what's happening at the 5? what's the y gonna be? So 5 minus 4 is 1, square is 1, times negative 2 is negative 2, plus 2 is 0. So we got 5, 0. That's a point, and we're gonna end up with 0 on the 3, too. That's another point. They seem to line up really nice to make a, right? So that's kind of, you can ask yourself questions. What's happening? Where's it increasing, decreasing? Let's look at number 9 first for that. So let me erase some of this stuff that I don't need anymore right here. Kind of get that out of the way for now, at least. All right. So where is it increasing? Well, it's increasing from negative infinity, because it's increasing all the way up until it reaches x equals negative 2. Okay, so negative infinity to negative 2. That thing is going up, and then when it reaches negative 2, it goes from negative 2 to infinity. It's going down after it has that maximum, right? And it's going down, and it's going down. So it's negative, negative. These ones are going to be negative, negative also, because they're going down. This one's increasing from negative infinity all the way up till it reaches its max, which is x. Be careful, x equals 4. And from 4 to infinity, the thing is going down. So, yeah, what's the range of these things? This one has a range of y less than 1. This one has an axis of symmetry of x equals negative 2. And negative 2, that's the HK. Yeah, you could do the rest of this.